The energy driving Taylor Swift today, turn to the second half of her latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, where she blends wit, charm, and emotional intensity like never before. First, tracks like Romantic showcase Swift's masterful storytelling, weaving tales of rivalry, intrigue, and playful tension that feel both personal and universal. The clever lyrics write a chugging guitar line, creating a sense of anticipation and excitement that keeps listeners hooked from start to finish. A few songs later, Wood brings a warmer, heartfelt energy, celebrating the comfort and loyalty of meaningful connections, all layered over vibrant, retro-inspired instrumentation reminiscent of the Jackson 5's iconic sound. Across these tracks, Swift reveals a hunger for growth, moving beyond past struggles toward new beginnings, and demonstrating why she remains a magnetic force in music, culture, and storytelling today. That reflective energy runs through Taylor Swift's 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, a deceptively subtle collection that peels back the layers of fame while revealing the determination and resilience behind her artistry. Swift has dominated pop culture for over a decade, maintaining her status as one of music's most influential figures with unmatched precision and focus. Showgirl doesn't bid farewell to that legacy, but it does offer a thoughtful look at her past while embracing the excitement and possibilities of what lies ahead. The album also marks a milestone in Swift's career. Following the release of The Tortured Poets Department, she concluded her era-defining tour with 149 shows across 5 continents, setting a historic record as the most financially successful tour of all time. With Showgirl, Swift balances reflection and ambition, blending emotional depth with infectious energy, proving why she remains a cultural icon and a trailblazer in modern music. Taylor Swift reclaimed full control of all her master recordings in a staggering $360 million deal, a milestone that fueled her ambitious project of re-recording her early albums with unmatched precision and artistry. Each achievement signals a pivotal chapter in Swift's narrative, reaching its long-anticipated conclusion, while The Life of a Showgirl hints at bold new directions without fully burying past memories. The album is both catchy and substantial, marrying intimacy with clarity, capturing the confessional depth of her folklore and Evermore eras, while infusing it with exhilarating energy. Crafted entirely with pop maestros, Max Martin and Shellback, the Swedish hitmakers behind some of her biggest career-defining moments, Showgirl revives the same irresistible spark that propelled chart toppers like We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, I Knew You Were Trouble from Red, and peak pop anthems from 1989, including Shake It Off and Bad Blood, solidifying Swift's status as a pop culture powerhouse and a fearless creative force. But here, they aren't just architects of sound, they are masters of nuance, effortlessly amplifying Swift's razor-sharp, playful songwriting that remains impeccably precise. Showgirl emerges as the definitive soundtrack to Swift's newfound romantic euphoria, with the opening 3 tracks immersing listeners in that very sentiment. First, the serenely ecstatic, The Fate of Oilia pledges unwavering devotion to the soul who rescued her from heartbreak and breathed life back into her weary heart. That's followed by the melodramatic Elizabeth Taylor, weaving Swift's romantic past into the saga of a Hollywood icon renowned for being fiercely loved, scorned, and adored again. Finally, the relentlessly radiant Opalite stands out as a quintessential Swift-Martin collaboration, sparkling with traces of Fleetwood Mac, girl group harmonies, and Swift's signature introspection as she confronts her own reflection with sharp-eyed intensity. I had a bad habit of clinging to past lovers, or, as my brother called it, eating out of the trash, before exulting in a love that pulled her through the storm of lightning strikes. Having firmly established Swift's radiant future, Showgirl then pivots backward, settling scores, mining slippery memories, and mocking the glossy, unattainable life that society expects stars to chase and embody. If the album's opening felt like a comforting swaddle, the remainder is a fearless shedding. The reckoning of adversaries begins with Father Figure, a deceptively upbeat yet unflinching takedown of someone, perhaps Scott Borchetta, Swift's former label head, who once sold her masters and attempted to wield control over her career, only to witness the tables reversed. Swift delivers it with a composed, icy precision, every word a testament to her regained power, an assassin zeroing in on her mark, declaring, "Turns out my dick's bigger," romantically winks with bravado, a sly nod to George Michael's credited contribution that plays rhythmically rather than literally. The track might serve as a sharp rejoinder to Charlie XCX's alleged jab on sympathy is a knife. Or, if the guitar's crunch is a clue, perhaps a pointed message to Swift's wayward protege, Olivia Rodrigo. Even Honey, the album's sweetest and most effervescent love song, channels an upbeat energy reminiscent of New Year's Day while pivoting to confront those who wielded affectionate epithets like weapons long before Swift encountered someone she trusted enough to embrace them fully. To the extent Swift engages with musical legacy, she signals her allegiance through the album's sole guest, Sabrina Carpenter, whose country-tinged empathy on the title track alternates between restraining and lamenting the spotlight's demand for hardened selves. As the album's concluding song, it may read as a final flourish, yet it aligns seamlessly with Showgirl's overarching theme, where celebrity itself becomes the adversary. The meditative eldest daughter emerges as an ironic reflection on online cool, with Swift asserting, "I'm not a bad," in one of her most compelling vocal moments. This embrace of authenticity continues into Wishlist, the album's poppiest anthem, riding atop a shimmering synthscape that amplifies its infectious energy. The sole misstep is the stomping, moody Cancelled, where Swift casts herself among the villains of public life. At least you know who your true friends are, the ones with matching scars. It harks back to her 2010s era, when she mined the tension between fame's reality and its glittering image, yet here it borders on comically theatrical, a dramatized echo of bygone protest. Showgirl never attempts a jarring pivot like Red or Reputation, those daring albums that stretched Swift's sonic boundaries. Thematically, it leans closest to Reputation, but her collaborators refrain from overglossing or overcrunching her sound, instead giving her songwriting the space to breathe and resonate fully. It also functions like a miniaturized Eras tour. Cancelled carries the feel of a Reputation outtake, while Ruin the Friendship, about a misread connection, evokes the wide-eyed innocence of Fearless. In this way, Showgirl achieves a more coherent form of chaos than Swift's previous two albums, Midnight's and The Tortured Poets Department, which often felt sprawling and unfocused. Themes of marital bliss and the closure of past unfinished business hint at the possibility of a more grounded album in the future. Swift seems to yearn for that stability on Wishlist, insisting to the world to leave her expletives alone, and for once, they do. Showgirl teases what a Swift album centered on reciprocated love might sound like, yet she's still savoring the lingering taste of her own romantic evolution.